Health Nuts, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are talking about 7 weird healthy habits once you start, you will not be able to live without. They're things that I have been doing in my life for quite some time now. Some of them are newer-ish, but they have been now staples in my regular lifestyle, and I just want to share them with you guys because some of them are a little weird. Or maybe not weird, I don't know. I don't know what level you guys are in the health world, but for some people they may be completely normal. For some people they're like, wait, what do you do? Now before we hop in, I want you guys to take a minute to pause this video and click that red subscribe button down below. I post 3 times a week here on the Health Nut channel, in case you didn't know. We have Recipe Mondays, we have Wellness Wednesdays, and we have vlogs on Fridays. So today is a Wellness Wednesday, and we are talking about these 7 weird habits that I do that I think once you start, you will not be able to live without. I've personally been addicted to these ever since I started them and started really noticing the differences or benefits that they've had in my life. So hopefully you guys can try them out, or if nothing else, just be like, yeah, that's weird. So we're gonna hop right in and get into it. First thing we're talking about is tongue scraping. Have you guys heard about this? What is it? Why do we do it? And it's not a torture device for your tongue, I promise. So basically, I'm not an expert in the oral hygiene category, nor am I an expert in tongue scraping, but this has been something I have now done for maybe 3 years. Yeah, probably about that. And it's a bit weird. When I first got into it, I was like, why do we need to tongue scrape? I don't get it. It seems like a weird thing to do, hence why it's in this video. So basically, why I tongue scrape is because when you wake up in the morning, you usually, I mean, this is like everyone, you have this like white film on your tongue, and it just feels like, doesn't your mouth feel cloudy? I don't know how to explain it, but like you wake up and you're like dry mouth, and it just, nothing feels fresh and clean in there. So what this helps do is remove that film off your tongue. And it's kind of a gross thing, and I'm not gonna do a close-up of it, but we'll just do pretend. Side note, I have a very long tongue. Anyways, what you're gonna do is scrape from the top of the tongue to the tip. You don't wanna go like so far back to the point that you're gonna like gag, but you just wanna go kind of like before your taste buds, and a pretty firm pressure is like go down and scrape that layer of film that's just been sitting on your tongue all night. Take that off. And usually I'll do 3 times, and I just go slowly. You don't wanna like hurt your tongue or anything, but go at a firm pressure and you'll see all this nastiness come off of your tongue. It's disgusting, but also really like it's like popping a pimple. It's gross, but really satisfying and rewarding at the same time. I just want to go tongue scrape. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's something that now I'm addicted to. And it's like, I get out of bed, I drink some water, which I always have on my windowsill, and then I go to the bathroom and I tongue scrape. So you want it to be the first thing you do when you wake up, because that's when you're gonna have those like nasty stuff that your body has just left for you as a surprise in the morning. You just gotta get that off. So it helps clean toxins and bacteria from your tongue and your mouth in general. It helps remove the coating on the tongue that leads to embarrassing bad breath. It helps eliminate undigested food particles from the tongue. Ew, it's like the late night snacking is gonna be there. Helps clean the taste buds to enhance the sense of taste. I've heard that one before. Promotes overall oral and digestive physical well-being, and stimulates the internal organs. So if that doesn't convince you that you need to start tongue scraping, I don't know what will. But there's just so many benefits, and you just can tell. Like, I don't even need to Google the benefits. I notice a difference in just how clean my mouth feels when I tongue scrape, and I will do it multiple times a day. I don't know if you're supposed to, but if I brush my teeth like after lunch, I'll just go in there and do a little tongue scrape, and it really just gets rid of that like leftover toothpaste and stuff. And I love it. I'm addicted to it. And if you ain't doing it, you gotta do it. This is like the #1 thing I feel like everyone needs to do. I will link this one in particular that I use. I really like it. You wanna go for a stainless steel one. And if you don't have a tongue scraper, you can also do it with the back of a spoon, I believe. So that is a tip too that you can do if you don't wanna buy one of these, but I recommend it. So happy tongue scraping. Weird healthy habit #2 is to diva cup. I don't know if that's an action or verb, but diva cup. If you don't know what this is, you may be a male, not a female. Basically, this is a reusable silicone menstrual cup. And there's nothing in here because I'm actually on my period right now as we speak. Isn't that fun? I will throw in a picture here of what it looks like. But basically, a Diva cup is, like I said, a silicone cup that you insert into your vagina. This just got very technical. And it collects your blood from your period. And it sounds gross. I know, every time I tell people this, I don't know what better way to say it. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. That's what it does. And I first started using a Diva cup. Okay, first off, that's the only brand I've used. I just really like it. It's the only one I've used, and I haven't kind of strayed away because it works, but there are other brands, but Diva cup is my personal choice since I've been using it for like 6 years and it has not failed me. So basically, I started using it when Matt and I were planning to move to Australia for a year that ended up turning into 2, and I knew we were gonna be backpacking. I didn't wanna carry a bunch of tampons and pads with me everywhere because it just is gonna utilize a lot of my real estate and my luggage. And I knew too, I was gonna be in water a lot. I mean, it's Australia, it's an island, and I wanted something that was just gonna work with me better while traveling. And at the same time, I had kind of discovered this world of the menstrual cups, and I thought it was the weirdest, most bizarre thing. If tampons don't freak you out as a kid, silicone cups will. I thought, okay, what the hell? I'm just gonna try it. What's the worst thing that's gonna happen? I tried it, instantly fell in love with it, and it was just love at first sight. Love at first period. I have been using it ever since. There are so many benefits to it, and I actually want to do a video on how to have a healthy period, or how to survive your period, really. And so I can talk more about it in that video if you guys would like. But basically, if you have a period, if you are a woman out there and you have a monthly period, you need this in your life. Like, ditch the tampons and the pads with chemicals in them that you're putting up in your body in sensitive areas, and get yourself a silicone cup. It not only is better for the environment, it's better for your body. There's nothing leaching, no chemicals leaching into your body. It's easy and safe, and I just cannot say enough good things about it. I have converted so many of my close friends who gave me this weird look when I first told them about it, and now they're totally converted. They're lovers. They don't know how they ever lived without it, and I'm just gonna keep spreading the word about the Diva cup, or the silicone menstrual cup in general. So it's a weird habit to use a cup instead of a tampon, but I promise it is life-changing if you're a female, and I highly, highly recommend it. I will link the one I use down below, but there are other brands, so try them out and see what works for you, and I promise it's gonna be like the best investment you ever make for your menstrual life. This next healthy habit may not be too weird to some of you because I feel like it's becoming more mainstream, but it is to dry brush. And I still feel like not enough people are doing it, so I wanted to mention it in this video because I do still think it's a weird thing to some people. But basically, dry brushing is when you take a dry bristle brush. This is a natural one. I really like this one. I think it's by Merben. I will link it down below. I've had this for years. Like, I don't know when you're supposed to replace them. I've had mine for maybe 5-6 years. I don't know, a long time. Basically, you don't want to get this wet. Like, you want to wet it when you're washing it, but for the most part, it stays dry. And what you're going to do is when your skin is dry before going for a shower, some people do it after a shower, but you want your skin to be relatively dry, is you're going to just brush your skin. And this not only feels amazing, but it helps stimulate the lymphatic system, helps drain toxins and get them unclogged under the skin, because your lymphatic system is one of your body's detoxification systems, and it's like right under your skin, I believe, and this kind of helps stimulate that. It not only removes helps remove toxins and get the blood flow going, but it also helps just remove dead skin cells from the top of your skin, and it just makes your skin feel smoother and just brings that like blood flow to the surface of your skin, and it just feels really good. They say it can help with cellulite. I mean, I use it at the back of my legs all the time, and I mean, I feel like it does something. I also use them on scars, or like I have some stretch marks on the side of my hip, and I feel like it just has so many awesome benefits to it, and I use it usually about twice a week or whenever I shower. So I highly recommend it. They're super affordable, and like you just buy one and it lasts so long, and sometimes I'll even put essential oils on it, and it's just amazing for the skin. You really do notice your skin is softer, more glowy. Like Matt will even tell me like, oh, your skin's so soft. And I'm like, it's because I've been doing my dry brushing. So if you guys haven't tried out this cool, maybe weird habit for some of you guys, highly recommend doing it. Your skin will love you for it. So the next weird healthy habit has been celery. So if you guys have been living under a rock, you may not know that celery juice is the next new food trend. And I've actually heard about celery juice for a while. It's something I first discovered. I feel weird just holding this, but it's something I first discovered from reading the book from Anthony Williams called The Medical Medium. And I just love that book. I actually just went to try to find it. I think my mom has it. She was borrowing it, and she borrows stuff and she doesn't give it back. She'll like, oh yeah, I want to read it. And then she'll take a year to read it. So in the book, Anthony talks about the benefits of drinking celery juice on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. And it has been something that I've been trying to do more and more regularly recently. And I really like it. There's supposed to be mind-blowing benefits from it, like better digestion. So if you have any digestive issues, it's a hard word to say. If you have any digestive issues that you deal with, leaky gut, things you're trying to heal, even food allergies, you should read that book. It's so good. I will link it down below. But celery juice has been said to have so many benefits for that. And personally, I feel like we cannot get enough greens into our diet. And celery has some really awesome vitamins and minerals that are not only good for your body, for your skin, for your digestive system, but it feels really refreshing when you have it in the morning. So I've been drinking this in the morning, and I just make it in my blender. I actually shared in a What I Eat in a Day video how I do it. So if you want me to do like a strictly celery juice video, let me know. I can do a tutorial or even on Instagram. But it's super easy. If you don't have a juicer, you can do it in your blender, and it's really refreshing. I sometimes add a little bit of lemon juice to make it a little bit more like exciting, but it's delicious, and I think you should try it. Maybe switch out your lemon juice water for some celery juice. Try it out. Now, the next weird habit I do that may freak you out a little bit is that I do not shower every day. I know, shocking. All those clean freaks out there are like, oh, what? It's funny because Matt actually showers like, I swear, 3 times a day, but he does like quick showers. I feel like guys can get away with quick showers. When you have long hair, I mean, there's guys with long hair, so they'll relate, but when you have long hair or you did your makeup or something, like taking multiple showers in a day just seems like so much work, and I'm not all about it. So the main reason actually I do not shower every day is the health benefits of it. I was listening to a podcast. I can't even remember what podcast it was. I will try to link it here. And I can't even remember the girl. It was so long ago, but she was talking about, I think she has a book called like Eat Clean, Live Dirty. And I'm going to put their names and podcasts here because I feel bad that I forget. But basically she was talking about like that she feels like society now is too clean. And she was like preaching to the choir. I was like, yes, I feel like so many people are using the hand sanitizer, antibacterial stuff everywhere they go. It's available in malls now. People have it on their keychain. And I just feel like people are killing all this bacteria. And what happens is that when you are using something that's antibacterial, it not only kills obviously the bad bacteria, but it's killing the good bacteria that is keeping us healthy and keeping disease and viruses away from getting into our body. So I feel like people are overusing these items. And so I personally don't use antibacterials. I have like a natural hand sanitizer I got from like Whole Foods. I use it very rarely. I don't even know. I think it's a better one. I don't exactly know what's in it. I should check. But I use it if I'm like in desperate need, I'm somewhere, maybe there was no soap left in the bathroom, I don't know, and I don't want to get sick, I will use it, but it's not a habit I do every day. I also don't wash my face in the morning. I feel like you're doing a deep cleanse at night before you go to bed to remove all that oil and makeup from the day, but overnight you've just been sleeping on probably a clean pillowcase, hopefully anyways, and you don't really have much dirt or anything on your face, just your natural oils that your skin has created. And what I find is when you wake up in the morning and you strip and wash all those oils off your face, your skin is producing more oils and may then create clogged pores and acne and all that. So I like to keep it super simple with my skincare. I just use some plain water, I dry it, and then I go in with a rose water toner and my skin feels way more refreshed. I then go in with like my oils and my moisturizers, but I don't use soap in the morning. And even when I work out and stuff, like I may go in for a quick rinse and just wash like they call it like your pits and bits with some soapy water, but I don't go in and fully wash myself. Same thing goes for when I spend a day out on the beach. I'm very passionate about this topic. When I go and spend a day out on the beach or in the sun and I'm soaking up all that vitamin D, a lot of people, they get home and instantly they're like, I need to wash off all that sand. I get it. I just let my body soak it up. I'll like rinse my feet and stuff if they're sandy, and maybe rinse off with water if I'm like super sandy, but I will not use soap because they say it takes your body actually quite some time to absorb that vitamin D. So I just let my skin do its thing. I don't wash it off and I don't feel dirty. I don't know. Like, it seems weird to some people, but like, I just don't think you need to shower every day. So yeah, that may sound weird to some people, but I think it has really helped my skin not feel so dry, and I don't have to wash my hair as often. And I feel like I get sick less too. So I like to keep that healthy bacteria on my body. And you know, I still use deodorant and wash myself when needed. I just don't do it every single day religiously. Okay, so my next healthy weird habit is I like to sniff essential oils. So yeah, if you are, I really do. I like to sniff them. They smell amazing. What's that? Exhale. So if you are not on the essential oil bandwagon, you are in for a treat, or your nose and senses are. So I've been using essential oils for years, but I would say in the last year, I've been really into them. So I like to use them a few different ways. I like to diffuse them in my home. I like to just kind of smell them if I'm feeling, I took this lavender one with me on a few trips last year, and I would just like smell it. I would put it on my wrists, rub it together, smell it again, and I really do notice a difference when I use them. They help me feel happier, calmer, more focused, ready for bed. Like, there's so many benefits from each different oils, and the more you use them, you really do become addicted to them. It's kind of crazy. And I'm someone who doesn't do good with fragrances. Like, artificial fragrances give me headaches, so I can really only use natural things. So I don't use perfume. So instead, I like to use essential oils. There are a few different brands out there. I'm not like specific to either one. I've just kind of tried them all. I know some people will only use one brand, but the main thing you need to know is you want to get good quality therapeutic oils. So I have a few different ones here. I really like Sage Wellness. I mainly use these for if I'm putting them on my skin topically or diffusing them in essential oil diffusers. I will link those down below. But they have some really amazing blends, and that's what I really love Sage Wellness for. They have Citrus Dream, Exhale. They have this one called Yoga. I love it. It has like an orange peel scent to it. It's amazing. They have Refresh, which is really uplifting. They have Liquid Sunshine. Those are some of my favorites, and they just smell amazing. I have them diffusing all over my home all the time. Matt actually made a comment last night. He's like, I'm constantly unplugging your diffusers. Like, you always have them on. I'm like, don't unplug them. But I just love them. You can also cook with them. You just want to make sure that they are, you can use them internally. Not all oils you can just like throw in your food and eat them. So just make sure that whatever oil you're buying is meant to be consumed internally. And I think it has to be therapeutic grade. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, so I have Young Living, I have the Sage Wellness, I also have doTERRA. This is an old one that I finished a long time ago, but it's called Wild Orange, and I just like to keep it because it still smells really good. I love orange scents. So yeah, they just make me feel amazing. And I like to, if I'm traveling or I might have a stressful day, I will pop a few of them in my purse so I can just sniff them or rub them on my skin and enjoy the benefits of essential oils. So there's lots of fun ways to enjoy them. Try them out. The best one, I would, if you were to just to pick one, I would say go for lavender. I feel like that one's really great because not only is it good for stress release, it's also really good if you have a scar or you injured yourself. I put some lavender on it like a burn, and I find it helps reduce the pain and reduces scarring. So there's lots of amazing benefits from lavender, but I would say that's a good starter one. And then as you get into it, there are so many cool oils to discover and play around with. So have fun. All right, so my last and final weird healthy habit is to eat slower or slowly. Now, if you don't know me in real life, you probably don't know I am the slowest eater. Like, it used to be something I was self-conscious about. If I was at a restaurant with like a huge group of people and my meal got plated last, I'd be like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be so embarrassing. Everyone's gonna finish their meals. I'm gonna be the last one at the table, scarfing down my meal. And I always gave me like this weird anxiety eating out. And over the years, I've just come to love it. I mean, I'm not as slow of an eater as I used to be, but it's just something, I don't know, I get really like present and mindful when I eat. I really do enjoy food. And I just like naturally, it's one thing I do very slowly and I'm very patient with. I don't know, it's just been something that I've always kind of done, and it has not only helped me in ways like my digestion is really great. I don't get bloated easily. I'm very regular, TMI. I just feel like my body is able to digest and absorb my food better because I eat slowly. So, you know, and as I've gotten older and sort of researching more into like the health world, I started to realize the benefits of being a slow eater. So it's funny, when I first started to date Matt, he was such a fast eater and we would be eating together, watching a movie or something. And he would look over at me and be like, oh, and he'd look at his plate and I'd always be like, oh, don't worry, I'm like a really slow eater. Like, don't compare yourself to me. And he'd be so cute. He would like eat, and then he'd pause and realize like, oh yeah, I just took my like second bite. And he would just pause and wait and watch the movie. And he would try to actually slow down to how the rate that I was eating. And I think it was because he was realizing he may be eating too fast, but also too, just trying to be like respectful, I guess. So he didn't like finish in like half the time that I did. But like, I don't care how fast other people eat. I just like don't want to be like holding up the table because I'm a slow eater. But it's something that I've come to love. And it's funny, like people envy it now when they see that I'm a slow eater. So yeah, it's kind of funny. Chloe hates it because when I'm doing taste test bites on the recipe videos, I'll be like eating and I'll be like for so long, and she's like, oh my God, don't take another bite. But yeah, it's something that I've grown to love, and I do think that people should try to eat slowly and see how it makes you feel. You'll just like feel a little bit like your digestion will just be smoother and you won't be like, oh, I'm so full. You actually know when you're full before you get to that overstuffed, uncomfortable state. So try chewing your food just a little bit slower. So there you have it. Those are my 7 weird healthy habits that once you start, you just won't be able to live without. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to know, what is one weird healthy habit you guys swear by that other people think you're so weird for? Leave them down below in the comments. I would love to get some more inspiration on things that maybe I want to try and experiment with. If you guys want to see a part 2 of this video, I feel like I have way more weird habits that I could share with you guys. So let me know. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, click that bell. I post on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays here on my channel. And if you guys aren't following me on all the social medias, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. I post every day on Instagram stories of all my weird habits. So you can follow me there if you guys want to see me every day. Maybe you don't, but my handle basically for all of them is just @YourHealthNut. And also make sure you are subscribed to our In a Nutshell email list. We send out weekly emails to your inbox of a recap of some new content that came out, as well as like positive things I've been loving, exclusive content, lots of fun things. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video, and have a fabulous weird day. Bye guys.